Hi solar enthusiasts. So this is a short video about the EEL DIY 200 ampere hours battery case, and in this video I only want to show you what kind of preparations you have to do and what kind of tools you need to mount and set up the whole case. With that said, let's switch over to the table. And when we talk about the table, you need a really stable table and a big table for everything. So the table should be capable of holding at least 120 kilograms, at least here on one leg, because that's the reason, because the case is here standing at the moment for getting everything in. Yeah. So the table is the first thing. Then let's have an overlook about the table and all the tools I need, or I used for the first case, because one case I already mounted, 1 out of 3, because this is the second one which will be done this evening, and the third one is there. I don't know when this will happen, because this case I need some parts, because EEL Battery forget to send me the linking boards for the balancer. So yeah, there are some things I figure out, I have to figure out with EEL, but they are super cooperative and supportive to me, so I'm sure I will soon have all the missing parts and the parts I need for the third case. So yeah, let's start with the tools. Let's start over there on the left side. So a bottle of water is super helpful, because it takes around, if you are good with all the stuff, it takes around 3 hours to make things happen and to get it ready to use. A beer, I prefer German beers, but it depends on your location and your daytime, how much beer and what kind of beers you use for your work. So German beer, Hasenhell, it's translated like rabbit bright. So what you need more is a glue. This is a special kind of glue on acrylic basis. So you need this for the epoxy plates inside. When we come to the next tool is drill bit, or not a drill bit, but a bit case with different kind of bits. Especially the Phillips screwdrivers are important. There's a lot of screws in there, and be sure to have the real drill bits in, because I realized that the screws are kind of soft. Yeah. So a knife, a torch. The torch I need because sometimes you lose screws, especially the black screws in the black case. It's a little bit an issue to find again, so the torch will help you with that. You need files, especially round files and half round files. The reason for that is that the bus bars on a BMS are not really quality-wise the best. They have some slots and borings in there which are not really fitting, so you cannot get the screws through. So you need to have something to get it a little bit widen. I used the files and also this kind of conical drill, and also drills, and a battery-driven screwdriver, or yeah, but I don't have it here on the table right now. Side cutter, caliber. Then you need a digital torque gauge. I use that, and it's super perfect for that. But be careful if you buy that. They have different kind of measurement units. So this is one of the slowest. So you need something around 6 to 7 Newton meters. So it should be able to measure in this area of force. A wrench especially a 14 millimeter wrench. I don't know why it's like that, because the screws are metric, but the head is not metric. For example, M8 screw in Germany is a 13 millimeter wrench, but here somehow they used 40 millimeter heads, but it's a M8 screw. I don't know why. Screwdrivers in different kind of sizes. This part here, this, I don't know the name for it, to be honest. But the nut from here, it's a 10 millimeter nut, can fit here. So it's helpful when you have all the 16 batteries in, and the 32 poles need to be screwed with these head nuts, and so you can do this by hand quickly, and then afterwards you come with your digital gauge and check for the force. A ratchet, safety goggles, because the safety goggles are only there for the flex, or I don't know, spinner, I don't know how you call this in English. So this one you need for only one specific case, and this is needed for these kind of, I used it for these 3 pieces of wooden. Some of you might ask, yeah, why you need wood for this? It's I will go into detail with that in another video, but I can give you a short explanation. They don't have this kind of poles in here, so if you have a battery here, it's only touching here and here, and in a area where the battery can blow, it will blow if there's nothing which is holding it back to blow. So as we are really pressing all the cells together, we don't want to have one area where the battery can blow. So that's why I'm using this, putting it up there in the case, and yeah, I prepared that. So for some of you, you can use also a plate, but it should be 26 millimeters wide. So I found in my stock only these 3 poles, but it's fine. I can put them like that, and then I have also filled out the gap in the case, so the battery cells cannot blow anymore. Then you need, I use a thermal camera. Why I use a thermal camera? Because we are in high ampere technology, and if you have bad resistance on some connections or something like that, you will see that immediately on a thermal camera. That's why I'm using a thermal camera. Yeah, like this, measurements, a laptop of course, because you have to set up the BMS later on and have to check if all the cells are correct. But you can do that also for some specific things with a mobile phone only, if you have a BMS with Bluetooth like I have. Then a battery tester. I use the YR1035 Plus. It can measure voltage and resistance, and it's doing a great job. It's really a mandatory tool if you are really working with these kind of battery cells. Yeah, and last but not least, a Dremel multi with a grinding bit on top. Why I use this grinding bit and why I need the Dremel? This is only a specific thing. All the cases which are shipped in February and January have these kind of weird solder points on the terminals from the linking boards, and I tried to unsolder it or something like that. They did not crimp it really, because these terminals are not made for these kind of cable diameters, for these small cable diameters, and that's why they soldered it somehow, I think. And the problem is, if you use your head nuts like that on these, and I will show you that in a later video, you cannot get the right torque to the nut to really tighten everything up, and the bus bars, especially the bus bars, and so you need a Dremel multi, and you have to grind down really these kind of solder points or solder joints. I reported that to EEL already, and they told me they already ship right now only pressed terminals with the linking boards. So if you order it right now, you shouldn't have these issues anymore. So that's this short video about all the tools you need. And yeah, I hope I didn't forget anything. And if you like to join the next videos, give me a thumbs up or yeah, or write a comment. I'm super happy to help you about that and answer your questions. So with this, I will sign off right now. Bye.